Once upon a time, in a small village, there were three sisters living together. They were Ellie, Zoe, and the youngest sister, Aria. While Aria was very kind-hearted, the two sisters were very devious and cruel. They were always jealous of Aria's beauty.
I hate Aria. Why does she have to look more beautiful than us? So we'll take everything away from her to make up for that.
That is why Aria was also known as the Forgotten Girl, not because she was forgetful, but because she was often neglected by her sisters. Ellie and Zoe shared their parents' property, but they did not give Aria anything. While Ellie and Zoe spent money and lived a fancy life every day, Aria had to work so hard every day.
Aria, go to the yard to chop wood now, so we'll have wood to cook and warm up the house. Forgotten, go cook for me. I'm hungry.
The poor little girl Aria just kept silent and did what she was told to do. Aria always served her two sisters, but they treated her very bad. By the time she returned, the dinner was finished by Ellie and Zoe already.
Oh my God, Forgotten! We forgot about you again. Don't worry, we'll surely remember you tomorrow. Aria, clean up and wash the dishes for us. Please, sisters, please give me something to eat. I'm too hungry. Too bad. Today's food was all out. We have to save food so we can eat on the next days as well. There are some breadcrumbs left on the table. If you don't mind, you can eat it.
At night, while Ellie and Zoe slept on the warm bed, Aria had to sleep in the storage room on the haystacks. One day, after working hard, Aria wandered in the forest to find something to eat. She went to a river. Aria saw a fisherman and his net. There was just only a little goldfish in the net, blinking its eyes at Aria, as if it is crying for help.
Sir, there's no use eating this tiny little fish. I have saved up some money. Could you spare its life? Sell it to me so it can be my friend.
You're so kind-hearted. I will give it to you. Just take it. Aria was happy and touched. In her life, this was the first time she had received something from others.
Thank you, sir. Good luck will definitely come to you.
Aria found a well and dropped the goldfish into it. Every day, she came to share her food and talk to the goldfish like a close friend. The goldfish grew up very fast. It was also smart. It only went up when it heard Aria's voice.
Goldfish, goldfish, my dear little friend, come up here to me now.
One day, when she fed the goldfish, Aria saw that the fish was holding a small piece of golden fish scale.
This is for me. Wow, how precious this goldfish scale is.
Aria brought the precious golden fish scale to the market to sell, and she no longer had to worry about food or clothes. Just like that, every day Aria went to the well to take care and talk to the goldfish. Soon, the goldfish had fully grown, with larger golden scales, which were even more valuable. Ellie and Zoe were very confused when they saw Aria had more money to go shopping. They followed Aria and found out about the goldfish. When Aria left, the two evil sisters went to the well.
Goldfish, goldfish, my dear little friend, come up here to me now.
The goldfish thought that it was Aria, so it immediately went up. Zoe quickly grabbed the goldfish. When Aria returned, she called the fish.
Goldfish, goldfish, my dear little friend, come up here to me now. Goldfish, goldfish.
She had been calling for a while, but the goldfish did not appear. Stop calling him. Your goldfish friend had been caught by your two evil sisters.
Who is that? Where are you?
I am the spirit of this well. Your two sisters caught the fish to get all of its golden scales. But after they took the scales, they became normal. They got mad and threw the fish over there. Bury the little fish, and you will see the miracle. Following the instructions of the well, Arya found her poor friend. She was very sad to bury her goldfish. Her tears fell down on the grave. Miraculously, from the grave, a tree grew up and produced many golden and silver fruits on its branches. She built a small house next to the tree to look after and protect it. Soon, the news that Arya had a magic tree reached Ellie and Zoe. They were very jealous. So, they went together to steal Arya's magic tree.
Arya, how beautiful this tree is. Give it to us now. Forgotten, everything you have belongs to us. You two are heartless. You took away my little goldfish, and now you still want to take this tree from me.
What is going on here? Why are there such cruel people in my peaceful kingdom? Guards, go protect this poor girl. The three girls were startled. It was King James. Ellie and Zoe were really scared. They rushed home immediately. I am James, king of this kingdom. Are you okay?
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm fine. I'm Arya.
Since then, every day, James came to talk to Arya and take care of the magic tree with her. Oh, Arya, I have fallen in love with you. Will you marry me and live with me in the palace?
Thank you. I'd love to. But if possible, could you please let me bring this magic tree to the palace as well?
Of course. That is okay. The time passed by quickly. One year, James' kingdom had to suffer from a severe drought. All the people in the kingdom became very poor. Ellie and Zoe also had to suffer from the drought. Their money from inheritance had run out. They became starving and poor. Your hometown was devastated by this drought. Your sisters also became poor and hungry. After what they have done to you, I didn't want to help them, but I still want to hear your thoughts.
Thank you for letting me know. I will think about it.
Okay, no matter what you decide, I will agree with you. Arya was hesitant. She went to the magic tree to ask for its opinions. Arya, my dear little friend, forgive them and forget about their mistakes. Then good things will come to you and this kingdom.
Yes, everything is in the past. Now I am the queen. There are also the people in my kingdom. I should help them.
You can bring my golden and silver fruits to everyone to help them.
Thank you, magic tree. We will help everyone overcome this terrible drought.
Arya and James gave the food and money to help everyone get by in this difficult time. After Ellie and Zoe experienced poverty, they were no longer as evil as before. Arya forgave them, and the three sisters lived peacefully together. After that, heavy rain started to come, saving the land and the people from the drought. The kingdom gradually became prosperous again. James and Arya together ruled the kingdom in peace. They lived happily together ever after.
Once upon a time, this story happened when colors had just appeared all over the world. On a beautiful sunny day, the 7 colors named red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple gathered together in the sky. Wherever they came, they made the clouds shine brightly with beautiful colors. How shimmering you are! Look, because of you all, we are shining so beautifully. However, those colors were often jealous of each other.
It's all because of me. Look at those red clouds, how strong they are. No way, those yellow clouds over there are much prettier. Your argument makes literally no sense. The clouds would be even more beautiful if they were stained by me.
You are all wrong. It's because of me.
It's because of me. No, it's because of me. Why don't we hold a competition to figure out which color is the best?
The 7 colors found the suggestions very reasonable, so a heated debate began. Green spoke first.
Of course it's me. I am the symbol of life. Look at those luxuriant plants. They are all reflecting my color. Because of me, when spring comes, everything becomes verdant. Without me, everything would become perished and scary. Also, as I am the symbol of hope, people always choose me to illustrate that implication. Then, I'm undoubtedly the best color. Don't talk nonsense words. Your green color is nothing compared to my color. Take a look at this vast sky and the vast sea below, and think you are as big as me? I am the color of water. If there was no water, your plants and flowers would never be alive. Water is indispensable. Without my color, all human and plants will wither. I am even the symbol of peace. Who on earth wants the war to happen, right? So I am the best. No way. Is there any greater color than me? Here I am, the color of the sun, the moon, and all the stars. Only my light can bring joy and warmth to our life. Without me, everything will stay in sorrow forever. My color also represents for power and prosperity. Have you ever seen any place without my golden color? You all should look at the dancing gold bars. How beautiful they are. They're all in my colors. Well, is that enough to prove that I'm the coolest yet? How stupid you are. I am the most powerful color. Because I'm the representative of knowledge and ultimate wisdom. Everyone is willing to comply with my orders simply because who has knowledge will be the best. Without my color, everyone would become an idiot. I am also the embodiment of enduring love and sincerity. Therefore, I appear everywhere in this world. Everyone loves purple stuff than anything else because I'm mysterious, sparkling, and I'm also the most charming color. Wait a minute. Let's think about me. I am the color of both stillness and subtlety. I'm an essential color because it represents soul, thought, and maturity. Without me, everything would be nothing special. Indigo represents belief, moments of reflection, gentle relaxation. Life needs my deep colors to be balanced. I'm different from you all. I'm unique. I am the color of health, of endless energy. Look at those delicious and nutritious fruits. Oranges, tangerines, pumpkin, carrot, papaya. You will see orange appear the most. Everyone needs me to maintain their energy and boost their health. I am also the symbol of youth, confidence, and innovation. Those are the essential things in this wonderful world. Your beauty can never compare to mine, so I'm definitely the best color. That's enough. I am the color of blood, the color of vitality, and of courage. I'm vital for any living creature. Look at those flames. It's the most important thing in this world. It has my color. I am also the symbol of love and great passion. How could this world even exist without me? If so, everything would lose its vitality and everywhere would become bleak and gray. Then I'm the winner.
The argument seemed to be endless. Everyone had their own reasons. The 7 colors became irritable, and their debate became more and more intense. They separated apart. Each kept a cloud for themselves, and then glared balefully at each other. The sun above had witnessed everything. He was shining brightly, then glanced downward. Oh, my stupid colors. How can I make them understand and change their mindset now? The sun quickly came up with a plan. He then asked the large gray cloud for help. He happily agreed, slowly soared, and obscured the sky.
What? What's wrong with the sky? Sun, where are you? I don't want to play hide and seek like this.
Suddenly, a lightning flashed, followed by a loud thunderclap. The wind blew, and water from the gray cloud began to fall. What a heavy rain! As it was raining cats and dogs into these colors, they were all panicked and confused.
My goodness, it shouldn't have rained now. Please help me. The dripping water hurts me. Oh, these winds will blow me away quickly. All the plants and flowers will be dead quickly for flooding. How rude these raindrops are. They attack me even when I'm their color. I can't stand it. I can't be calm or think of anything in this weather. Hurry up. Let's quickly assemble and protect each other. That's the only way to overcome this fierce storm.
Following Purple's advice, the 7 fairies stood side by side and held each other's hands to fight against the storm. Since then, the strong winds could no longer blow all 7 friends away. The 7 fairies covered each other from the pouring rain until it stopped. And then, so miraculously that a beautiful rainbow appeared in the sky. From that rainbow strip, a sun gradually emerged and shone brightly all over the world. The 7 colors were so amazed because it was the very first time they saw themselves that gorgeous.
Hey, please tell me what happened. Is this our appearance when we are together? Oh my God, so beautiful. We are shining as brightly as the sun. Yet we've never known this.
That is the beauty and your power. What a pity when you all kept being jealous of each other and didn't realize that. Each color was created with its own mission and meaning. As all of you will make this life much more beautiful, stop being selfish. Instead, try to live harmoniously and make this world better together. The 7 fairies found it reasonable, and they happily agreed with the sun's suggestion. From now on, whenever it rains, why don't you create a rainbow together to symbolize your harmony? The rainbow is also the symbol of hope and reconciliation. That's how the sun used the rain as a mediator whenever 7 colors were in a conflict. Since then, after the rain, the rainbow with 7 beautiful shining colors will appear in the sky. That's when the 7 fairies of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple reconciled and together created the colors for life.
Once upon a time, in a small house on a prairie, there was a couple living with their 3 daughters, Nami, Sora, and Angela. While the older sisters, Nami and Sora, were very lazy and spent all day hanging out, Angela was very hardworking and cared about everyone. One day, the father went to the forest to cut firewood. He told his wife and children, "I'll go cut firewood now. Please prepare a delicious meal and bring it to the forest for me."
I will ask Nami to bring lunch to you.
The path there is confusing. I will spread the peas along the way so she can find me. At noon, Nami brought rice to the forest for her father. Along the way, she saw a lot of peas that her father had left.
I can find my father easily with those peas. I'll just walk slowly and enjoy the forest.
Nami wandered around and had a lot of fun. She was distracted by the beauty of the forest, so she forgot her job. She didn't even realize that the birds ate all of the peas.
My goodness! It's already dark, and I can find the peas that father had left.
Nami tried to find her way in the dark. She followed a glimmer of light and found a small house in the middle of the forest. She approached and knocked on the door. Then she heard a voice. Come in. Nami walked in the house and saw an old man sitting next to the fire. There were also 3 animals, a Dalmatian, a rooster, and a hen. Who are you? Why are you wandering through the forest?
Sir, I'm Nami. I was lost on the way to bring lunch to my father. Could you please allow me to stay for a night?
Hey, hen, rooster, and Dalmatian. What do you think?
Master, that is okay.
We'll let you sleep here for one night. There is a lot of food in the kitchen. Please go and cook dinner for all of us. Nami was very happy. She went to the kitchen and saw a lot of food there. But because she was lazy, Nami only cooked a small pot of soup. Nami brought the soup to the living room to eat with the old man. But she forgot to cook for the animals, leaving them hungry. They were all very sad about the girl's carelessness.
Sir, I'm tired now. I just want to go to sleep. Please show me where the bedroom is.
Hey, hen, rooster, and Dalmatian. What do you think? She has eaten already, but she didn't care about us. Master, we don't care about her anymore. There are 2 bedrooms here. Please go clean them up and make the bed for me as well. I'll come later. Nami obeyed the old man. She went upstairs and chose a bedroom for herself.
I'm so tired. Why do I have to make the bed for him?
Nami was lazy again. She just lay down and slept without making the bed for the old man. By the time the old man went into his room, he found the bed still dusty and messy. Wow, this is not the girl that I'm looking for. The old man snapped his fingers. Suddenly, the bed where Nami was sleeping split into 2 pieces. She fell down and disappeared. And then the bed returned to normal. Later that day, when the woodcutter returned home, he complained to his wife. I have been starving all day today.
I told Nami to bring food to you. She must have wandered around and got lost in the forest. This careless girl.
Tomorrow, I will go to the forest again. Tell Sora to bring food to me. At noon the next day, the second daughter, Sora, brought food into the forest for her father. Along the way, Sora also saw a lot of peas scattered by her father. But like Nami, Sora got distracted on the way and forgot her task. The birds also ate all the peas that her father had left on the way. Sora got lost deep in the forest and also found that strange house. Just like her older sister, Sora was very lazy, so she starved the animals and did not make the bed for the old man. Sora also fell down on the bed and disappeared. Later that day, the woodcutter returned home and complained to his wife again. I didn't have anything to eat today again.
I told Sora to bring a meal to you. Oh, God. She must have been distracted and got lost as well. I haven't seen Nami return as well.
Oh, right. Maybe they just got lost around here. If they still don't return home tomorrow, we will go find them.
Angela shouldn't go tomorrow and get lost as well. Mom, don't worry. I'll bring lunch for Dad tomorrow. I'll also try to find my sisters.
The next day, Angela went to the forest to bring food to her father. Unlike her 2 older sisters, she followed her father's path very carefully. However, the birds knew that there were peas there, so today, as soon as the father put the peas down, they ate them all.
Oh no, these birds! They ate all the peas that my father had left. How can I find a way to him now?
Angela followed the glimmer of light. She also found a small house in the middle of the forest. She approached and knocked on the door.
Is there anyone here? I got lost, so I want to ask to stay for one night.
Come in. Angela went inside and she saw the old man sitting in front of the fire with 3 pets. Who are you? Why are you lost here?
Sir, my name is Angela. I was bringing food to my father, and I got lost. Could you please allow me to sleep here for one night?
As usual, the old man asked the 3 animals beside him. Hey, hen, rooster, and Dalmatian. What do you think? Master, we are fine with that. We will let you sleep here for one night. There is a lot of food in the kitchen. Please go and cook dinner for all of us. Angela obeyed him and went to the kitchen. She saw lots of good ingredients there.
Wow, so many food. I will cook some delicious dishes to thank him and the pets for letting me stay.
Angela cooked a lot of delicious dishes. The old man and the animals were very hungry just by the smell. Angela invited the old man to enjoy the meal first, and then went to feed the 3 animals. They happily thanked her. After that, she sat down to eat with the old man. Once everyone had finished eating, Angela suggested,
We finished the meal. Shall we get some rest now?
Hey, hen, rooster, and Dalmatian, what do you think? She treats us very well. Thank you very much. Have a good night. There are 2 bedrooms in the house. Please go clean up and make the bed for my room as well. I'll be right up. Angela obeyed the old man. She carefully cleaned up and made the bed in both bedrooms. After the old man went to bed, she went back to her room to sleep. That night, she slept very well. The next morning, she woke up very early. Angela was very surprised to find herself in a luxurious and beautiful room. Suddenly, 3 servants entered the room. They politely asked her, You're awake, madam. Do you need anything?
No, I have to get up to make breakfast for the man and 3 little friends. You don't have to do anything anymore, ma'am.
Our master is waiting for you, ma'am. Following the servant's instructions, Angela went into a room. She was surprised to see a young, handsome man waiting for her. I am Prince Gary, the owner of this castle. I was cursed by a witch, so I became very old. The castle also turned into a small house, and my 3 loyal servants turned into pets.
Oh, so now the curse has been lifted, right?
Yes, thanks to you, a kind and loving girl. Only when I found you, the curse was broken.
This is a curse castle. Have you seen my 2 older sisters who have been lost in this forest for the past 2 days?
Don't worry, your sisters are fast asleep in the room. My servants will go and wake them up.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Prince.
Angela, you are my destiny. I really want to marry you. Do you want to live with me forever? Angela shyly agreed. A maid went to wake Angela's 2 sisters up. The 2 of them were lazy and disrespectful to people, so I gave them a lesson and just asked the servants to take them home. Now I'll take your parents here to attend our wedding. They welcomed Angela's parents and held a grand wedding in the castle. They live happily together for the rest of their life.
Once upon a time, in a remote kingdom, there was an old king who had 3 princesses, Princess Amelia, Princess Catherine, and the youngest, Princess Charlotte. All of them had very different personalities. Relying on a rich husband, Princess Amelia was always snazzy and bought jewelry frequently. Princess Catherine spent all of her husband's family's money on food. There was no dish in the world that she had never tried. Princess Charlotte, on the other hand, had a different viewpoint. She not only doesn't rely on her family's wealth, but she was also very hardworking. One day, the king ordered all 3 princesses to come to him.
Hey, now that you're all 3 here today, I must tell you something.
Yes, we would like to hear.
Princess Charlotte is old enough to get married, and you'll marry the Chancellor's son, and you will live a wealthy and comfortable life, just like your sisters.
Dear father, I will not marry the Chancellor's son.
What?
The 2 sisters were startled and dropped their jaw in surprise, looking at Princess Charlotte.
You said what? Do you dare to say that again?
Dear father, I don't want to marry the Chancellor's son. I want to work to become rich on my own.
Well, leave this palace immediately if you don't want to be rich. Get out.
Please calm down, Your Majesty. She's just...
Calm down? What have you been teaching this girl? She's a princess and she wants to do servant work? Well, we'll see how well you do outside the palace with nothing, and you may not return until you're as rich as your sisters.
Yes, father. After being kicked out from the palace, Princess Charlotte was only given a blind horse. By the time she left the palace, no one saw her off, except the queen, her loving mother. Don't be sad. I will find a way to get rich and I'll come back for you. The queen was very sad as she held Princess Charlotte's hands. Now you follow me. When I become rich, I will cure your blindness. Princess Charlotte left the palace and sought a way to become rich from her empty hands. The horse was blind, but it still walked with stability. The princess kept going on and finally entered the forest. When it was getting dark, the horse stopped in front of a hut. The princess jumped down and entered the hut. Hello, ma'am. Who are you waiting for?
I am here waiting for my son. He went to carry charcoal. How about you? Why did you come here all alone in the dark like this?
Oh, I was just passing by. It is dark now. I'm looking for a place to stay tonight.
Oh, really? If you don't mind my small house, then you can stay here for the night.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Oh, my son has finally returned.
While Princess Charlotte and the old woman were talking, Rustlin got back. 3 of them stood there talking for a while.
Hi. Hey, Mom. I got the charcoal. Boy, it's really heavy. I'll just hold it here.
Then he turned to look at the girl standing by.
Who's this?
Oh, she's our guest tonight. She was passing by, but it got dark. So she wants to stay for a night.
After that, the old woman turned to introduce her son to Princess Charlotte.
This is my son, Rustlin. All right, we should go inside to rest first and talk later.
I am Rustlin. And who are you? Why were you wandering all alone in the dark like this?
The princess began to describe the reasons why she left the palace, as well as the purpose of her coming here.
Oh.
She expressed her wish to be the old woman's daughter-in-law.
Oh.
Hearing that, the old woman clasped her hands in fear and tried to refuse.
Princess, please forgive us for not recognizing you. My son can't marry such a noble person like you. I just want to live a peaceful life with my son here.
Oh, Ma, you're embarrassing me. She can just spend the night here in the house, and wherever you want to go tomorrow, I'll take you there.
The princess immediately stood up, held the old woman's hand, and pleaded with the woman and her son. I want to prove to my father that I can become rich on my own. Please help me, you two. I can do anything you want.
Yeah, okay.
There was no way to deny the beautiful and honest princess. The old lady accepted. The princess asked about all their work and daily activities. They spoke until midnight. The next morning, after cleaning the house, sweeping the yard, the princess had breakfast with her new family. I woke up early to clean our house. I also swept the yard and took the horse to graze.
Yeah?
I also made breakfast. You can go eat, then go burn the firewood, or you'll be late.
Oh, you're so hard-working.
Let's go and have breakfast now. Mother is waiting.
Yeah.
Now I've done all the housework. Can I go to burn firewood with you, please?
The path there is very rough. You ought to stay here with Mom.
Ruslan is right. Burning firewood is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You should stay with me, and we'll hoe the backyard together to grow corn in time. Yes, I'll listen to both of you.
Shortly after seeing off her husband to go to the forest to burn firewood, Princess Charlotte and her mother-in-law went to the garden to hoe the land for new crops. She worked hard from morning to night.
Oh, it's much faster to work together. Let's go, my daughter.
You should go home first. It's still early, so I'll cut more grass for the horse to eat tonight. Every time after she and her mother-in-law hoed the land, she went to cut grass for the horse. Later that day, the princess told Ruslan that she wanted to sell charcoal to help him. Today, I've hoed the garden backyard with Mother to prepare for the new season. From tomorrow, please let me help you sell charcoal.
Why are you so eager? All right, dear. You'll help me sell charcoal in the market. Then I'll have more time to cut firewood and sell it.
Since then, every morning, after doing all the housework, the diligent princess started pushing the charcoal cart to the market to sell it. His wife helped him sell coal, so Ruslan had more time to go into the forest. Day by day, Princess Charlotte was getting used to the work, so all the charcoal was sold already before it came to the market.
How did you sell them all so early?
I have many regular customers now. I just need to take the charcoal out to sell. Besides, our charcoal is good. It's popular now. It's sold out fast.
Good job, daughter. You should go take a shower and rest.
Please go in first, Mom. I'll go to the garden to hoe more soil and plant potatoes for more food next season. Every time after coming back from the market, she hoed the garden to prepare for the new harvest. Suddenly one day, she hoed something hard. The princess was very surprised. She sat down to check and pulled the hard object up. It was a piece of gold the size of an egg. The princess shouted happily, "Oh, it's a golden egg!" The princess put the golden egg in the basket and returned home. Every day, Princess Charlotte worked very hard to cultivate the soil and plant vegetables. The next day was the same as the previous day. The princess found another piece of gold. She always put all of them in the basket and took them home. She got more and more eggs each day. Although being busy all day, the princess never forgot about the horse. Every day she cut grass and leaves for the horse to eat at night. Then she heard a sudden voice.
What a great horse.
The princess was very surprised.
To cure his blindness, go get the leaves and well water on the top of Fairy Mountain.
Is it for real?
Just go pick the leaves and get the water for 3 months. He will be cured.
Yes, thank you so much. The magician smiled, nodded, and walked away. Starting then, every afternoon, after the gardening was finished, Princess Charlotte quickly climbed to the top of Fairy Mountain to pick the leaves and get the water from the well for the horse. She persisted in this work for 3 months without any day off. As expected, by the end of the 3rd month, the horse was cured of blindness. Princess Charlotte was deeply moved. You can see me now, right, horse? Right? That evening, the princess asked Ruslan to let her go burn the firewood in the mountain with him. Our great horse is no longer blind. I'm also used to selling charcoal.
Yeah?
From tomorrow, I will have lots of free time. Please let me go burn firewood with you.
Well, the path is quite difficult. And you're a girl. Your arms are weak. How could you possibly climb there?
But I really want to help. I can do it no matter how hard it is. Please let me go to burn the firewood with you. Because the princess really wanted to go, Ruslan finally agreed to let her go with them to the mountain to burn the firewood.
This diligent girl's very stubborn. If you don't let her, I'm sure that she will follow you. Just let her go with you one time. If she can't make it, she will just stay home next time.
I'm just afraid you'll work too hard. And I don't want to see you suffer.
I know you care for me, but I can handle it.
Well, if you want to come that much, you can come with me tomorrow, up to the mountain. But if you find it difficult, then you don't need to try so hard.
Yes, thank you, dear. Starting next day, Charlotte and her husband went to the mountain to burn firewood together. After a few confusing days, she began to learn how to cut down trees and branches. A little later, all the logs were piled up tightly around the charcoal kiln. Seeing the firewood pile getting bigger and bigger, Charlotte discussed with her husband plans to dig the second charcoal kiln. While digging, the princess saw the golden eggs in the hole. 1 golden egg, 2 golden eggs, and then the couple discovered a big gold mine. The couple were extremely happy. They secretly discussed with each other how to bring all the gold home. Starting that day, every afternoon, the couple carried a load of charcoal and let the horse carry 1 cart. In each load of the cart of charcoal, there were always 10 or 15 golden eggs. For 3 months, the couple tried to move all the gold in the cave home and bury it carefully. Then came the corn and sweet potato season. They got a very good harvest. Since then, they always had corn and potatoes in their house to eat and gold to spend on daily expenses. Realizing their gold was 10 times more than the king's amount of gold, the princess immediately asked her husband and mother-in-law to build a house.
Since you came here, we've been getting richer and richer. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, dear. You're our family's lucky star. Mom and I will let you decide.
Thank you, Mom. Thanks, my dear. Then tomorrow, please go to the palace and measure it. We will build a big house just like that. Ruslan and the old woman smiled and nodded to agree with Princess Charlotte. Listening to his wife, early next morning, he went to the palace in order to measure the length, the width, and the height of the king's palace. However, the guards stopped him and didn't let him in.
I'm a charcoal seller, husband of Princess Charlotte, son-in-law of the king. As she ordered, I came here to measure the palace and build her one of the same size.
While arguing, Ruslan heard a loud scream. Ruslan was startled and looked towards the direction where the voices came from. The king, the queen, and the 2 princesses heard the news and immediately came to see who was making a fuss in the palace.
A charcoal seller that wants to build a palace? Ridiculous!
Who do you think you are, poor thing? Go burn your firewood and bring him here. Maybe we'll have pity on you and buy some.
The 2 princesses turned to look at each other and burst into laughter. The king snorted with contempt, and the 2 princesses glanced past Ruslan and then turned around and walked away. There was only the queen left, who was still standing there, who sadly told Ruslan, "You'd better go home. Please help me take care of the princess." After saying that, the queen sighed and turned around. Being criticized, Ruslan was extremely sad and angry. Arriving home, Ruslan told Charlotte the whole story in the palace. The princess immediately comforted him.
Well, don't be sad, dear. I'll let father and sisters know later. Now please try to be more patient.
Okay, dear. Good advice.
Day after day, a huge building, which was even larger than the king's palace, was built to replace the hut. The building was completed only after 2 months. When they moved to their new house, Charlotte asked her husband to go and invite the king and queen to come and visit them. But the king sarcastically told Ruslan to send 2 golden carriages to the palace to pick up the king and queen. Charlotte immediately ordered the casters to make 2 golden carriages and bring 3 horses to pull them. The king and 2 princesses were very surprised, but since they had accepted the invitation already, they decided to go to Charlotte's house. The carriages carried the king, the queen, and 2 princesses to Princess Charlotte's castle and stopped in front of the castle. All of them marveled at the huge castle. Everything was carved carefully with the gold and silver. They were surprised to see the house. Princess Charlotte came to greet the king with her horse. The horse was very strong, raising his head to welcome the king. The king realized that it was the blind horse that he had given her, so he was deeply moved. The whole family had a big party in the front yard. "You've been working hard. I'm very happy to see you're living a good life. How about you come live with me, please, Mom?" The queen was very surprised at Princess Charlotte's suggestion. She thought about the time when her daughter had to struggle with a hard life, so she agreed with the offer. Knowing her 2 sisters do not work at all and their money's running out, Princess Charlotte gave each sister a chest of gold. In the end, the king and the 2 older princesses returned to the palace, and the queen lived with Princess Charlotte's family.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom ruled by an old king. The old king had 3 sons, and all of them were very handsome and talented. The oldest prince was Prince Harry, the second oldest was Prince William, and the youngest prince's name was Ferdinand. All 3 princes were good-looking, and good at riding horses, hunting, and especially good at archery.
Great job, my talented sons.
Oh, no big deal, my father.
Now that you have all grown up and are extremely talented, I think it's time for each of you to go find a suitable wife.
Father, who do you want us to marry?
Yes, please help us, Father.
The king stroked his chin for a while and then calmly said,
I know all of you have archery skills, so I have an idea. Each of you will take an arrow, go to the prairie, and then shoot your arrow. Wherever the arrow falls, you will go there to find your wife.
Yes, we will follow your instructions.
The princes rode their horses to the prairie and shot their arrows in different directions. Prince Harry shot the arrow to the east. The arrow flew and fell into an earl's castle, and then he married the earl's daughter. Prince William shot the arrow to the west. It fell into the front yard of a merchant's house. Therefore, Prince William married the merchant's daughter. Prince Ferdinand's turn was last. He had to shoot the arrow to the north, since their palace was to the south. But when the prince came to the palace where the arrow fell, even though he had dug through everything from the branches to the bushes, he could not find his arrow.
Well, where did it fall?
Prince Ferdinand headed towards the swamp. As he walked, he kept looking around to find it. Suddenly, he was startled and looked forward. In front of him was a green frog sitting on a lotus leaf. Her mouth was holding his arrow tightly. The green frog stared at Prince Ferdinand.
Oh, why is a frog holding my arrow?
Prince Ferdinand was really confused, bending down to pick up the frog. He lifted the green frog up to his face and looked at it carefully. It was a small frog with beautiful green skin and very special brown eyes.
Since you have my arrow, we will go back together.
Prince Ferdinand held the little frog, jumped on his horse, and returned to the palace. The king was very happy that all three princes were able to find their own wives.
All of you have successfully found your wonderful wives. Now, I want to know among those three girls who has the best embroidery and sewing skills. Ask each of your wives to make me a shirt and bring it to me here tomorrow.
Yes, my dear father.
Prince Ferdinand was very sad. He sat in his room thinking about how to talk to his father. The prince's sigh woke the green frog up, and the green frog came to him.
Why are you so sad?
My father asked each daughter-in-law to make a shirt for him, and I'll bring it there tomorrow. But how can you sew?
Just put your mind at rest. I will give you a shirt tomorrow to bring it to the palace.
Well, no shirt is fine. You don't need to worry about it.
Just go to sleep, please.
Prince Ferdinand didn't understand why he was talking about it with a frog. He sighed sadly and went to sleep. When Ferdinand was fast asleep, the green frog jumped out to the yard. Immediately, she transformed into an extremely beautiful girl with a gorgeous dress.
Dear Nanny, before the sun rises, please help me make a beautiful shirt.
The nanny immediately appeared and said,
Yes, Princess.
A new day began, and Prince Ferdinand woke up with a worried face.
Oh, it's morning now. Where can I find a shirt to bring to my father?
Immediately, the prince was startled and widely opened his eyes as if he saw something. In front of him was a beautiful shirt, shining brightly, displayed neatly on the table. He walked to the table and looked at the shirt in admiration.
Oh, this shirt is so beautiful.
The green frog jumped to Prince Ferdinand.
Here's the shirt I made for the king. Please quickly bring it to your father.
Thank you, my dear. I will bring it to my father right away.
The prince held the shirt and ran to the main palace. When he arrived, the king was sitting on his throne and gazing at the shirt that Prince Harry brought to him.
This shirt is too dark. It could only be worn in dark rooms. Take it away.
The servant presented Prince William's shirt to the king. Immediately, the king frowned unhappily and said,
A dirty shirt like this could only be worn in the kitchen.
The king felt angry and asked the servant to present Prince Ferdinand's shirt.
This shirt is so beautiful.
I will wear it at the upcoming feast. Very good, Ferdinand. No big deal, my dear father.
I have seen the sewing skills of your wives. Now, please go tell your wives to bake a loaf of bread for me and bring it here tomorrow. I want to know whose cooking skills are the best among your wives.
Yes, father.
Despite being praised by the king, Prince Ferdinand still felt very worried. He didn't think the green frog could bake bread to offer to the king.
My father wants you to bake bread for him, but you are too small. How can you make a loaf of bread?
Don't worry, my dear. I can solve this problem.
Prince Harry and Prince William's wives both felt it was not possible for a frog to make a shirt that satisfied the king. They secretly met to discuss a plan.
How could a green frog make a better shirt than us? I think that she must have a secret. Why don't we ask our servants to go see how the green frog bakes the bread, and then we will copy her. Yes, let me ask someone to go see how the green frog bakes the bread. We will make the same bread. Eliza, go to the green frog's kitchen and watch to see how she makes the bread. Then return and tell me the recipe. Yes, ma'am.
The two sisters-in-law sent a servant to see how the green frog would bake the bread. The servant crept towards the kitchen window. Through the window, the servant saw a woman mixing the flour, putting it into the wood oven, and closing the oven. The servant was so excited to see that, she quickly came back to report to her masters. The two princesses asked their servants to bake the bread the same way. As soon as the servants went away, the green frog jumped out from the edge of the rice barrel. Perhaps the green frog had predicted this in advance.
You were right, darling. The two other women just sent a servant to come here to see my recipe. Luckily, you reminded me, so I faked it. Well done, my dear Nanny. Before the sun rises, could you bake a delicious and soft loaf of bread for me? Yes, my princess.
The next morning, while Prince Ferdinand was sleeping, a sweet smell drifted into the room, waking him up. The prince sat up and saw a freshly baked loaf of bread, and it smelled delicious.
Those black loaves of bread are just for pigs. Take them out and throw them away for me.
The king was very angry when he saw the black bread on the trays, making the two older princes extremely scared. Suddenly, Prince Ferdinand arrived with a loaf of bread. Its pleasant smell drifted through the kingdom, making the angry king widely open his eyes to figure out what it was.
What smells so good?
Prince Ferdinand held the bread and brought it to the king.
Dear father, this is my wife's bread.
So that delicious smell was from the youngest prince's bread? Come on, bring it to me. I want to see what it looks like.
The servant took the bread from the prince and offered it to the king. The bread was very soft, beautifully decorated, and gave off a pleasant smell.
Looks delicious. This will be the dish for the feast.
Yes, thank you, father.
We will have a feast tomorrow. Remember to bring your wives with you.
This time, Prince Ferdinand seriously worried. How could he let his wife appear in front of the king and other princes as a green frog? Ferdinand was very sad because he didn't know what to do.
Wasn't the bread good?
The bread was very delicious. My father really liked it. But my father told us to bring our wives for the feast tomorrow. But you're just a green frog. What will we do?
Please don't be sad. Tomorrow you can go first, and I will come a bit later. When you hear the thunder, please say, "My lovely green frog wife sitting in the small box has arrived."
Okay, I trust you.
When the feast started, everyone was there. The two older princes and their wives had arrived. Only Prince Ferdinand showed up to the feast alone. The two sisters-in-law immediately covered their mouths and jeered at him.
Ferdinand, why isn't your wife at the feast with you? Hey sis, she's a green frog. How can you bring her to the feast?
Then both of them laughed at the prince.
Come on, please stop. Don't you know that her bread and her shirt were the king's favorites? And what were you two able to do? The two of you are older. You
You should have encouraged them. Instead, you're always envious of your sister-in-law. Do you think that is good? Yes, he is right. You two should even learn from her.
Being criticized, the two girls kept silent, bowing their heads in shame.
My wife will come a bit later.
Oh, really?
When he was about to explain, suddenly loud thunder erupted in the sky. Prince Ferdinand quickly said,
My lovely green frog wife sitting in a small box has arrived.
Immediately, the grand door of the palace opened, and a beautiful girl appeared in a gorgeous dress, wearing a shining crown on her head. It was the Green Frog Princess, but in human form.
Wow, who's that beautiful girl? Wow, she looks so beautiful.
The princess smiled brightly and walked to Prince Ferdinand. Prince Ferdinand looked at her, confused.
Why are you so confused? I am your green frog wife.
You're the green frog? How were you able to transform into a human like this?
Actually, I am the princess of the neighboring country, Charlotte. Because I was too naughty, my father told a kind fairy to teach me. But I love green frogs, so I told the fairy to turn me into a green frog. On my first day as a green frog, I met you in that swamp.
Oh, my green frog princess. I am very happy to meet you.
Prince Ferdinand and the Green Frog Princess held hands and smiled happily.